Hi everyone, hope you're having a great weekend. I know I am, even with a bit of extra sunburn that I gave myself yesterday. Having a really great weekend. And I'm also really glad to say that Facebook is allowing me to download the live videos that I've been doing in each group, which has not been possible for the last couple of weeks. So now I'll be able to give the extra value to make sure that every bit of value I give, I can cross-pollinate to the different groups. But this particular one, I did the investing in yourself in the pioneering group a little while ago, and I'm going to be putting that in here shortly. But I wanted to do an extra one specific to engineers, right? Because whilst it's important to as an engineer, whatever your project is, you invest a lot more of yourself into it, and other things tend to get neglected, right? So with my robotics, okay, I've designed and I've invested a lot of time in designing and sketching out plans and those types of things, and I've kind of given myself the excuse over the years that I really want to give quality materials to the first attempts, whereas that's not actually the best way to do it. I'm better off just doing the creating and creating and creating until I've got something that's more marketable, and then investing in the better materials. You know, however, that's not always the case, because when you're designing a nice big skyscraper or something like that, then you're wanting to make sure you get the best materials you can that will fit the job, right? Yes, you need to be aware of price and cost. However, all you need to do to ratify and to get the client to understand what the true cost is, like it's the cost of not getting those materials sometimes. Okay, so when it comes to our health, right, it's the cost of not having organic food, not having 90% veggies, not 5% meat, 5% fruit, that type of arrangement, or whatever you've found to be really great balance for you. If you don't have that, then the cost of that is actually to be sick later. Right? If you're not going to invest in your relationship, then you're going to have, breakups, divorce, or drama, right? Or you'll be camping out on the couch a lot, or your partner will be camping out on the couch a lot. Now, how is making a partner camp out on the couch a relationship? It's not. You need to grow these things, right? They're a choice. Okay, so when you're building a great big project like a skyscraper, or you're designing a really great submarine, or you're designing a really high performance aircraft, right? You want the best materials for the job. You want them to last. You don't want to be like, if it's an aircraft, right? You don't really want to make the aircraft that's supposed to go intercontinental made out of paper and balsa wood. You need it made out of some decent materials. Yes, the paper and the balsa wood model might get you across if every single condition works out great, and there's no storms, there's no breeze, there's no, hardly anything goes wrong. But if you don't really be nervous as hell flying across between continents, then you're gonna engineer your aircraft to make the distance you need, right, to do the job it needs to do. If it's a skyscraper, you want that skyscraper to be able to be durable for the next 100 years minimum, or the next 200, next 300 years, right? So you want to make these things built to last, so you never have to worry about stepping in the wrong spot. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Money Pit, where like he steps in the wrong spot in the floor, and he sinks through the floor, gets stuck in a rug for a day or so, and like up to his neck. Great scene, but it shows you that if they'd just done a better job designing the house in the first place, maybe did better materials from the first place, that type of thing wouldn't have happened, as hilarious as that moment was. Right, same with just anything really. Anything we design as engineers, we always want to see our creations do what they're supposed to do, but do them for a long time. I bet there's a whole heap of computer engineers out there that are really, really frustrated when being directed to make things last only a couple of years, so they have to be upgraded. Okay? Whereas I bet they'll feel more fulfilled if they actually make computers and the software that goes with them so that they can be used for years on end like Steve Jobs used to do. You know? So, it's the same with your health and it's the same with your relationships. And your relationship with yourself. You need to invest time learning how to relate to yourself as well, so that if you can relate to yourself, you can relate to others better. The more we understand ourselves, the more we can relate to others. You know? So, yeah. So, it's some... To use... I lost my train of thought there, but anyway. So, I thought that would be really helpful to you guys to have the more relevant analogies. You know? Because I love engineering myself. I love designing things. I love creating things. And I know that I want to always build quality. I want to build things that last. The things that I'm designing and refining for the next 10, 20, 30 years, I know that I'm building them to last. You know? The things that I've designed for the last 25 years, I'm refining them so that they last longer than they were originally designed to do. You know, I'm also making it so that at the same time I balance that with designing my health and my relationships to also last as long as I like, so that I can create these things without fuss, without drama, and without health problems. Right? So I make sure I invest time with my wife and with my kids as best I can, and my friends kids as best I can, so that they're not constantly coming to me with dramas, right, that they could have easily fixed themselves, right? If I invest the time that they know, if I'm showing them how much I love and care and respect them, and that I'm here for them, right, and that's not even in question, then they only come to me with problems they seriously can't fix, or when they just want to feel heard, right? And I have systems in place because of earlier years that, like, so example with my wife, it took a long time to understand that sometimes she just wanted to be heard. She did not want her problems solved. Alright? And as an engineer, we love solving problems. Right? As a designer, we love solving problems. Right? Because that's what we do. We solve problems. We don't usually become the problem. Right? Girls are a different matter. Most of the time. So when they're coming to us, they don't actually want their problem solved, they just want to feel heard. So what we had to do for a good couple of years was I made it clear that they had to say, that she had to say to me that, honey, I'd like to talk to you about something, but I don't want it solved, I just want you to listen. Okay? So straight off the bat, I could just be there and listen, which is a much better investment of our time together, because she was getting what she needed, and I was doing the part that made her feel appreciated, right? And that built the strength in the relationship to let her know that, you know, that what her request is were being respected, you know? So, going back to the very beginning of this, so investing in yourself, invest across all the boards, health, wealth, and relationships, as much as you do in your engineering projects. Okay, be resourceful, right? If you've got a TV in your house, get rid of it, because whatever the price of the TV is, add 3 extra zeros at the end, right? And that's the actual cost of that TV. Now, I've gone into that more detail in the other video, which I'll be posting in here shortly. So yeah, so I thought these extra analogies would help you guys even more, even though I'm going to be putting the other one in here shortly from the Pioneering Group. And yeah, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you the next day or so. Bye-bye.